Hello everybody, and welcome back to some more Pokemon Black 2. No healing in battle revenge, Rainbow Wedlocke. In the last episode, we cleared the rest of Castelia City out by taking on all the trainers inside of the battle company, and there was nothing left for us to do at that point other than to enter the third gym of the game and face off against the third gym leader, being Berg. And we did end up winning. We came out victorious and we got ourselves the insect badge from Berg. But that was not without cost. We lost our first pair of this adventure, being Team Rainbow, being Elusive our Lucario, and then Sade our Duat. And now we only have 4 Pokemon remaining. And that wasn't all. We were moments from wiping and losing it all. Sonora and Catherine could not fight Berg. Catherine's not in the shape to fight, and Sonora's weak to Berg. And November was put to sleep and on the brink of death immediately upon entering the battle. It was all on our Jigglypuff Trixie. And as you can tell, she brought the fight home for us. With her ability Cute Charm, it enacted when we needed to. And we were able to make Berg's Pokemon fall head over heels for her, winning us the fight. It was a really rough battle, and honestly, it hurts. I've been pretty sad since Sade and Elusive have died. They were our first 2 Pokemon in this adventure, and they're the only reasons that we're where we are right now. And I know it's only been 8 episodes since they had joined and died, and that's a short time, but it really puts into perspective just how long we have to go. That will not be the only time we lose Pokemon. That won't be the only time we come very close to wiping. Their deaths put us in perspective just how brutal this is going to be. We are nowhere near out of the woods yet. There is so much standing before us that I wouldn't be surprised if our adventure ended in the next 10 episodes. But they did what they could to get us where we are now, and now the 4 Pokemon on our team that remain and the 2 Pokemon that join will do the same. They will do the best that they can to get us as far as they can before they die. So, with that being said, now that I have defeated Berg, I do get to hatch 2 more mystery eggs, which I did not do last episode, and those 2 mystery eggs will be eligible for consideration to replace both Elusive and Sade. However, we can't be doing that until we say goodbye to the 2 that fell last episode. We need to give a proper farewell to Elusive our Lucario and Sade our Duat. It's hard. I had such high hopes for them, and we've relied on them this entire adventure, and now there is nobody left to rely on. Our whole team's gonna have to be balanced, and we're gonna need to rely on each and every one of them equally. It's no longer the Sade and Elusive show anymore. It's time to say goodbye to Elusive and Sade, our Lucario and Duat. Team Rainbow has officially come to an end. So, Oshawott, I choose you! Let's see what we have in store inside of this Pokeball. We've got our very first Pokemon, an Oshawott. My encounter for the Flockacy Ranch is gonna be Ariolu. There we go. Yes, it's a female! It's a female! It's over! What can I say other than thank you? Without you two, we never could have made it to where we are now. We would have been stuck at Charon, but you two made it possible to not only begin our adventure, but set ourselves up for the long haul. You two may be the most used pair in the history of my channel for the first 8 episodes. We relied on you two for everything. It was the Satan Elusive show. Both of you worked so well together that I could see you both making it to the very end. Before we faced off against Berg, that is. Losing the two of you really put into perspective just how long we really have to go. But I can assure you that he will not be forgotten. The rain we see today are tears, but I promise you both, we will reach the end of this rainbow. It's definitely a tough blow to take, but that's just how it went. The first death of the series. Elusive Lucario. Goodbye. And the second to fall being Sade Ardua. Goodbye, friends. Now, that puts us in a position where we do need a new pair. We have Team Toxic and Team Mirage. And we do need a new pair to continue this adventure with. Now, out of all these Pokemon, we most certainly have a lot. There are no more Platinum Pokemon that are eligible because the highest level on our team right now is 25. And we need a Pokemon level 26 to be able to add Rainy, our Quagsire, and Gloria, our Girafarig, to the PC. So, they're not going to be up for consideration. And I haven't really been able to decide on a pair option quite yet. I do have something in mind, but I'm not going to commit to it until after I have gotten all the options in the PC that are possible. And that means I do need to hatch 2 more mystery eggs. I'm allowed to hatch 2 of these eggs after every single gym has been defeated, with the final egg being hatched after we defeat Marlin, the final gym leader. There were 15 eggs to start. There are now 11 remaining. And you can find a checklist in the description showing which Pokemon we have gotten so far. And it'll be updated in the next episode's description with the 2 Pokemon that we hatch here today. So, I need a random number generator 1 through 11, and it's gonna give me 7. Lucky number 7. That's this egg right here. And the next egg has to be 1 through 10. I'll just do them both right now because they're not gonna be, they don't take priority, they're going to the PC regardless. So 1 through 10 is a 3. So, yeah, that's this egg. Yeah. Alright, 7 and 3. These 2 eggs are the next 2 mystery eggs that are gonna be hatched. It's possible that one of these 2 Pokemon join the team. I already have an idea of where I want to go with this next pair option. I already have a pretty good idea of how I want to go about this, but I'm not too certain. Maybe one of these Pokemon that we hatch will be something that I see potential in and end up using. So, with that being said, it's time to hatch these 2 eggs. And I'll see you guys once the first one starts to hatch. Wow, that was a lot quicker than the last couple of eggs. The bike definitely helps. Alright, I don't know which one this is, 7 or 3, but we'll see after we hatch it. So, the first mystery egg after Berg is going to be... I'm gonna guess Ralts. Phanpy! Wow. Alright. That's definitely one of the best eggs there is, but I'm not too certain about how good it is right now. So, you guys are allowed to suggest names for these mystery eggs in the comments, but I ask that you do it on the episode that I asked for them on, which I'll tell you here in a second, in the comments of that episode. So I'm going to go ahead and see if anybody left a name for a Phanpy that I like. I'll be back in a second. Okay guys, so if you want to suggest names for any of the future mystery eggs, like I said, checklist in the description. We have don't suggest a name for anything I've already hatched, of course. It's on episode 3, so do it in the comment section of that video. So that's the one I'll always check. So, 2 people suggested the same name for this Phanpy, so I feel like I have to use that name. So, it is a male Phanpy, which is perfect for the name. So, Fairy/Lasaker and, I believe it was Sid Weldon, yes. Both suggested this name for a Phanpy, and that name is going to be Ganesh, I believe is how that's pronounced, and that is after an elephant-headed god in Hinduism. He was the son of Shiva and Parvati. Hey, Parvati, it's like Survivor. All right, so we have Ganesh the Phanpy for our first egg. Was that 7 or was that 3? Not that it matters, but just for people to know, it was 7. All right, so we have Ganesh the Phanpy with a quiet nature, which quiet is, I always do this. Quiet likes females, so we have a straight Phanpy. All right. Straight Phanpy with pickup. Okay. Pickup could have been good. It's a pretty bad nature. I mean, it's not horrible. They're not very fast, I don't think, but it doesn't really help too much. All right. We have a straight Phanpy named Ganesh. And the next mystery egg probably will hatch almost immediately after. Yes, there we go. All right, there we go, perfect. I'm not using cheat codes to hatch. When I made these eggs before I started the series, I used a Pokemon with a flame body on the other file to get them really, really close, and I just kind of figured it was probably really close to hatching. All right, the next mystery egg, the second and final one after Berg, is gonna be Ralts! There we go! Alright, I was just 1 egg too late. Alright, I've been pretty good at guessing. Awesome, I like Ralts a lot. Might be a contender. It really might be. Alright, so I'm gonna check episode 3's comment section for a name for this Ralts. I'll be back in a moment. Alright guys, there's 2 names that I really like for this Ralts. One was suggested for a female, and the other was suggested for a male. So, the gender of this Ralts will determine its name. And it is a female Ralts! Alright, I like that. That's the name I liked a lot better. But that means no Glade, which is good because I'd rather use Gardevoir anyways. So, we have a female Ralts. Now, the name that was for the male, I will give it a shout out because I liked it a lot. It was suggested by Video Game Master 52, and they said, can you name a male Ralts Prince? So, I would have named him Prince. I like that quite a bit. And I believe somebody else said Prince as well. Yeah, Abigail C said princess, so I could do princess, but prince and princess, kind of the same concept, and I already had decided on this other one if it was a girl. So, this name was suggested by Musicality Mix, or Magical Girl Rosa, and that name for this Ralts is gonna be Carly. We have Carly the Ralts, and that is because this is her explanation for it. It's the Emotion Pokemon. Carly Rae Jepsen's best album is called Emotion. I like it because I love the song Call Me Maybe. I don't know if that's in that album. I don't think so, but there you go. It's a good song. All right, Ralts was number 3. So, what is our Ralts looking like? We have a female Ralts with a naive nature, which naive, I believe we just had that for our Eevee. I believe that likes males. I can't tell. Maybe not. No, that was Sade's nature, right? That means I'm like so blind right now. Naive likes females. So yeah, we have a gay Ralts named Carly. So he likes females. Perfect. Yeah, just double check. All right, cool. And synchronized with plus speed minus special defense, right? Hey, I don't know. I like it. Female Ralts is pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. It forces me to use Gardevoir if I use her, which is cool because I'd rather use that than Gallade because I've used Gallade more than Gardevoir, I'd say. And using a Gardevoir in Unova just seems really cool. So, all right, these 2 will both go into the PC now. And then I get to decide my pair, my new pair to replace Team Rainbow. So we have Phanpy likes females. They both like females, right? All right, so pair. I have a lot of Pokemon that likes females, do I not? Alright, so I've been giving this a lot of thought even before I hatched these eggs, and I don't think the eggs have changed my mind. So, what's coming up is Elisa. She's the next gym leader, and as of right now, I don't have any Pokemon for her. I didn't really have a Pokemon for Elisa beforehand with Team Rainbow either, and I was going to evolve Catherine, our Eevee, into Jolteon to take down Elisa. And that's that's fine and all, but that's still no guarantee without being able to heal. It makes Catherine immune to electric, and I even heal off of electric type attacks with Volt Absorb, but they have other attacks like Flame Charge, I believe, and Stomp from Zebstrika, and Aerial Ace and stuff from Emolga, Bug Bite from Joltik maybe. It's not gonna put me in a good spot, and Sonora's weak to Flame Charge and Bug Bite and Aerial Ace, and they just would not be a very good pair for Elisa, but if Team Rainbow were still here, that would have been my best option, most likely. It would have been between that or maybe using November as a Scolipede with Iron Defense, but even then, Emolga, Flame Charge, scary. So, I need a pair for Elisa. And then after that, we have Clay. And I don't really have a good pair for Clay either. Team Rainbow was for Clay. I felt pretty comfortable with those two. I wouldn't have had Samurott, but I would have had Duat with Eviolite, Lucario with an air balloon that we get in Castelia. I would have been able to take down Excadrill, but unfortunately, that's just not the hand we were dealt. So I need a pair that can take down both Clay and Elisa, because out of these 4 Pokemon, I feel pretty confident in taking down Skyla. So, with that being said, I don't think I need to give it much more thought. There's one Pokemon in this PC that is perfect for both Clay and perfect for both Elisa. And while I'm not entirely sold on this Pokemon because its pairing options really aren't the greatest in the entire world, I think it'll be a really unique pair. I have not given this a mass amount of thought, I'll be completely honest. But I like what I've decided. So the first thing that my mind gravitated for with Elisa was going to be Targaryen or Gible. I looked at all the ground types. Targaryen would be cool. I'm not really sold on using Gible personally. Next we had Aben or Rhyhorn, which this is my main consideration right here. I would have Bulldoze at level 30, so I'd be able to Bulldoze Elisa's team fairly comfortably. I believe I'd have Rock Blast. I could tear through the Emolga. Elisa'd be done. But Aben doesn't really have very many options for a partner that would help out against Clay. I don't feel too comfortable with that. I need a female that likes males. Oh, a female that likes males. So that would be in this box, and there's very few options there. It'd be like Akana, Gertrude, and Roberta. I don't have very many options for Clay with Aben, unfortunately, so it leaves him out for this. And then the other Pokemon would be Sloth. Sloth, once again in the same position as Aben, doesn't have very many good options for a partner for Clay or Elisa. And with Elisa, he wouldn't be evolved, and he wouldn't have any good ground-type attacks either, so he'd be fairly useless for Elisa, which puts him in a spot where he's not too useful. So, that being said, same with Meditite. Meditite would be pretty good Marcus here for Clay, but wouldn't be evolved. It just wouldn't be the most useful thing for the 2 gyms that lie ahead. And I was really liking the idea of using Donphan, but I didn't have Phanpy, and now we do. But the same thing can be said with Ganesh for Sloth. Does not get any good ground-type attacks by the time we fight Elisa. At level 30, I would have a Donphan, but I would have no ground-type moves, meaning I'd just be immune. It'd be the same concept of using a Jolteon against Elisa. It's just not really going to be good for me. And I want to minimize my weakness towards ground as well, because I'm gonna... that's actually not true. I was thinking about something else. Never mind. Another Pokemon that was kind of an interesting idea. Briz the Glaceon would be pretty good, because I could probably take Elisa down with Briz. I'd be able to get rid of Emolga. I'm sure there is a female that likes males that would be decent with Briz. And Briz would be good for Clay, but Briz would be weak to Clay's Ace in Excadrill. And Clay is probably the most likely spot that I wipe in this playthrough. So with all that being said, there's only one Pokemon in this PC I've stalled enough that is perfect for both Elisa and Clay, and any Pokemon fan, Pokemon master at these challenges have noticed this Pokemon, and that is going to be Gushers, Archelos. So, actually I thought Gushers was male. Aww! That's not that big of a deal, but it sucks because I was gonna have representation. I thought I was gonna have a gay pair. I thought you were male. What's going on? That's fine, I suppose. But yeah, Gushers Archelos is the perfect Pokemon, actually. Because Gushers likes males, so it's a straight Shellos. I'm sorry, I was looking for representation just because I know people like that. I thought he was a male. Never mind, it's a female Shellos. But yeah, Gushers was one of the first Pokemon that I ended up catching in our Platinum Fatelocke that I didn't end up using. And it's just a water type right now, but it will be a water ground type in Gastrodon by the time we fight Elisa, because she evolves at level 30, which is our level limit for Elisa. Meaning she'd be immune to Elisa, have a good ground type attack, I'm pretty certain. And not only that, she's probably auto win against Clay, which is my biggest wipe potential moving forward. Clay wipes me, I'm dead. But with Gushers, I'm pretty sure I can clean him dead, no problem. I'd have Muddy Water and Rain Dance, I believe, and that's Clay gone. So, even if I didn't have Muddy Water, I got Water Pulse. So, I think Gushers, my Shellos, was my best bet, and we're going to have our first Pokemon from my sequel clause from our Pokemon Platinum Fatelocke join the team. So, the first Pokemon I'm going to be choosing is going to be Gushers, our Shellos. I wasn't too sold because I don't really like Shellos too much, but I've never really used a Gastrodon, and now is the time. We have Gushers, our Shellos, join the team. So, Gushers is a hardy-natured. That means she likes males, and that means she's straight. I know people aren't going to be happy about that. I tried, but there is going to be representation in some form or another. Sade was straight, and there was still representation with elusive, and that's exactly where we're going with this. So we're also immune to water, I believe, in this generation, and it ups our special attack. So we're immune to water and electric, which is just amazing. And the Pokemon that I'm going to be adding to Gushers as a partner is also weak to water, which is just beautiful. So since she likes males, it has to be one of these Pokemon in this PC box. So Oasis likes females, well, likes males, so Oasis is gay, Oasis does not count. Our Zubat here, though, is male and likes females, so that would be compatible. Male likes females, Vanadium is compatible, not compatible, not compatible, not compatible, and Sloth is compatible. Yes. No, likes males. I need to sort this PC a little bit better. Doesn't matter, I already know who I'm picking. So none of these Pokemon would count, because they are, actually, yeah. No, that's true. There are Pokemon in here that would count. I gotta sort this box better. I'll do that while I train. But I already know who I'm picking, so it doesn't quite matter. The best Pokemon in this entire PC box does bring representation, because while Gushers, our Shellos, is straight, Lout likes anybody. We're gonna be using Lout the Shieldon, another Pokemon from Sequel Clause, because Lout is male, Gushers likes males, Lout likes anything. We've got ourselves Lout the Shieldon. They both will be evolved by the time that we take down, are ready to fight Elisa. And while Lout is weak to water and ground, Gushers covers that. They're perfect. The only weakness Gushers has when she evolves is grass, which Shieldon's not weak to. And I think Bastiodon and Gastrodon are the coolest pair idea ever. And not just that, there's representation in the any. And keep this in mind, Gastrodon, Bastiodon, Bastrodon, you know what I'm saying? So I love to let you guys name pairs, but I had this in my mind. Everybody's gonna agree. We got Team Odon here, 100%. It's gonna be a Gastrodon, Bastiodon. Come on. Come on! Agree with me, it's perfect. So we have Gushers the Shellos and Lout the Shieldon for our first two Pokemon of a Sequel Clause, our first new pair that is an original 6, and our first two Pokemon from Sequel Clause. I am super excited. I think I said that twice. I might have. I'm just excited. They both evolve at level 30. We'll have Bastiodon and Gastrodon by the time we fight Elisa. But for right now, they might be a little bad. But with the desert coming up, Lout might be pretty good. So I'm looking forward to this new pair. We got to move on for Team Rainbow and Elusive and Sade, and I really think that these two can do justice for our team and help us have an easy time against both Elisa and against Clay. And then I already have an idea for Skyla. I'm not too worried about Skyla. We're looking pretty good, barring some regular trainers coming our way. So I have a lot to do this episode. I still got to train, and we got a lot to do, and we've already been here for a while. So that's what happens when you have a death scene, adding a new pair, training. The whole episode's like 40 minutes at that point, and I haven't done anything. But you know what? This episode won't be in vain, because we're going to go ahead and try and get Trixie and Catherine both evolved as soon as I can. But that's all in this episode, of course, if I can fit it. So with that being said, I gotta get to training, get our Gushers, our Shellos, and Lout, our Shieldon, trained up to level 25, I'd say, and then we can take on the desert and all of that stuff before Nimbasa. in the next episode. So with that being said, I'll see you guys when I'm done training. I hope you guys enjoy the new pair and enjoy the music.
State of mind, eyes blind, and it is getting dangerous. I don't wanna fight the feeling inside, 'cause your words are so contagious. I don't wanna be distracted, no, I'm having a reaction, oh, I give in to you, give in to your state of mind. You don't wanna be distracted, no, you're having a reaction, oh, I can feel you burning up. 'Cause tonight we lose it all. We let go, it's something in the way you move that makes me do things I've never done. Yeah, tonight we lose it all. I'm broken, and even if the sky would fall and flames are getting closer, ooh, oh, 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 oh. My skin's on fire, oh, 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 oh. On fire, oh, 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 oh. My skin's on fire, oh, 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 oh. Lights keep dancing by, painting the sky and adding to our chemistry. Heart beats aligned, right in time. You've become a remedy. I don't wanna be distracted, no, I'm having a reaction, oh, I give it to you, give in to your state of mind. You don't wanna be distracted, no, you're having a reaction, oh, I can feel you burning up. 'Cause tonight we lose it all. We let go, it's something in the way you move that makes me do things I've never done. Yeah, tonight we lose it all. I'm broken, and even if the sky would fall and flames are getting closer, ooh, oh, 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 oh. My skin's on fire, oh, 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 oh. On fire, oh, 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 oh. My skin's on fire, oh, 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 oh. My skin's on fire, oh, 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 oh. My skin's on fire, oh, 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 oh. 'Cause tonight we lose it all. We let go, it's something in the way you move that makes me do things I've never done. Yeah, tonight we lose it all. I'm broken, and even if the sky would fall and flames are getting closer, ooh, oh, 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 oh. My skin's on fire, oh, 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 oh. On fire, oh, 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 oh. My skin's on fire, oh, 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 fire. Hook me up with some
Alright guys, this is actually future Corm coming at you right here. And that's because right now the length of this video is getting close to 40 minutes and we haven't actually done any game progression in this episode. And I have actually recorded this episode, or what I thought was going to be this episode anyways. And with the death scenes and training and adding the new pair and the episode itself, it would be like close to an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours even. I have no idea. And I've been kind of struggling with this for a little bit because I've been really demotivated to make this series. And don't be alarmed, I'm working on it. But the main thing is, after deaths, it's really hard for me as the creator to continue to pump out as much content as I would like. That's because what you've watched so far in this episode has taken me about 12 to 13 hours, and we haven't even gotten to the part of progression yet. And normally past me would do all that I just have done and the episode in one big episode, and that's just really unrealistic for me anymore. And to be able to put out in a consistent schedule of these episodes, I think the death scenes and picking a new pair and training them up and hatching the eggs, I think that is the episode. And I know that might come as a disappointment to some of you, but keep in mind, I'm one person. I have to record these, I have to edit them all. It takes a lot of time, and I have like virtually zero time for anything else. And this is my passion. I really like doing this, and I'd like to start streaming one day here soon, and I've got a lot of other things I'd like to do, and this series is my main priority, of course, and being able to know after tragedy strikes with deaths that the rebuilding process can be an episode where we don't have any game progression, and that's still fine. That would absolutely mean the world to me. It's not something I've ever tried before, but I think I'm going to try that for this series. And whenever we have a massacre like we did at Berg, not that that was a drastic massacre, but it's 2 Pokemon. That's a lot of time for me editing-wise, training-wise, and all of that. And I just wanted to let you guys know why the episode suddenly is coming to an abrupt end right here. But I do really appreciate all of you guys that watch this and the death scenes and all that. That takes me so much time to do. And I am definitely a quality over quantity person. And I know some people would rather have instant gratification and have as much content as they possibly can. And I would love to be able to get these out like this quality daily to you guys. But I'm one person, I just am unable to do that. And I'm really proud of how the episode turned out as a whole. And I really appreciate your guys' support on these types of episodes. So if you guys watch the training or the death montages and all of that stuff and you enjoy it, definitely a like really helps me. I know that's really cliche, of course, but seeing a lot of likes on videos like this where there's not a lot of game progression, but there's obviously a lot of heart and soul poured into it with the death scenes and saying goodbye to Elusive and Sade and adding 2 new members in Lout and Gushers. I'm just really looking forward for this adventure and the future and seeing everything that we have in store for us ahead. And I don't want you guys to take this as a cop-out or me being lazy and not wanting to do the entire episode. I've worked on this all day, and we barely scratched the surface of what I actually recorded, but thinking back on it, everything I have done for this episode is an episode. We don't always have to make progression, because the rebuilding process and saying goodbye to our friends in Elusive and Sade, that is an episode, if you look at it like that. We don't always have to make progression, and I hope you guys agree and understand that, and support my decision along the way, of course. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next episode of our Pokemon Black 2 No Healing in Battle Rainbow Revenge Wedlocke. So, until then, thank you guys so much for watching. This episode took a lot of time, and it really would mean a lot if you guys smashed that like button for me. Like I said, I know it's cliche, but it really does help out a lot. And if you haven't already done so and you enjoy Wedlocks like this, or challenge runs like this in general, definitely don't forget to click subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of all future uploads for the series and the channel. And with that being said, my team and I, Team Toxic, Team Mirage, and the new pair of Team Odon, we'll see you guys in the next episode with what I actually recorded, where we fight Colress and make our way towards Nimbasa City and all of that, of course. With that being said, I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much for watching.